This right here is dinner. It's about 4 ounces of food. I know it looks big on the camera, but it's actually smaller. But what it is green beans and turkey sausage from Hillshire Farm and shrimp. And there's also pieces of bacon sprinkled throughout there with a little bit of kung pao sauce. So this is just an example of how you can have a meal with plenty of protein, just the right amount of carbs, low calorie. This is going to be less than 200 calories and it's going to be delicious. It has a lot of mix of really protein dense foods like the turkey sausage and the bacon, and then you're still able to have that carb that you want with the green beans, and it's very low calorie and low carb. So this is a typical meal for me, and of course with the sauce that adds more flavor.
Hey Jack, look ugly. She look ugly. She hey Jack, y'all know nothing about that, huh? I'm proud to be ugly.
Swing the remix guard.
Look ugly. Look ugly. Look ugly. Hey Jack, look ugly. Look ugly. Look ugly. I can't be ugly. I can't be ugly. I can't be ugly. I don't do nothing but keep myself up. I can't be ugly. I can't be ugly. I can't be ugly. I can't be ugly. I'm proud to be ugly. How about that? I'm proud to be ugly. I'm proud to be ugly. How about that? I'm proud to be ugly.
This is how simple dinner can be. I already steamed these in the microwave for about 2 minutes. Gonna give myself about a cup. If I can grab it. Then I'm gonna take 4 ounces of beef au jus. And I have some barbecue beef Asian sauce on there. Throw some sesame seeds on there. And that's it. The sauce is going to flavor the broccoli. And it is going to be so good.
Yeah, turn it out.
I be killing it. I be killing it. I be killing it. I be killing it.
Reverse. 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 Yeah.
How low can you swoop? Can you swoop down low? All the way to the floor? How low can you swoop? Can you swoop to the top? Like you really rock?
Yeah.
Can you pop it up a stab? One dab.
Turn it out. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. One dab this time. Right foot, let's jerk. Left foot, let's jerk. Last time to get turned up.
Memorial Day, I went over to my sister's house and I took with me my scale. I took with me a drink and I took with me a backup protein. She had lots of meat. She had turkey sausage, she had franks, she had patties, she had barbecue ribs and barbecue chicken. She had meatballs and little sausages. So I was really happy with all of the meat options she had. She also had lots of carbs. I had a plate of ribs, 2 drumstick chickens, and that's it. And that held me, and I was grateful for all of that meat. It was delicious. I stayed within my macros, and I just wanted to show that example as how you can still stay within your macros even at a holiday and enjoy it and not feel weird. And it was good. Right now I'm on the way to iFit, which is a small local gym in this area. They have new management, and so they're restaffing everything. And so there's an opportunity to either, do training with them or start a class with them. So honestly, the most ideal situation for me right now, if I just want to keep things very simple, is to just find a night that I can do a class. That also will give me an inside view as to how they are over there, and like what the people are like, how stable that business is, that location is, and the ins and outs before I actually would commit to actually working there full time. Because I have been wary of getting a gym job, but I did hear that when you go to the smaller gyms, it's actually better because they're not so corporate yet. So that is something that has to be seen. And even though I'm in a situation where I don't like the idea of working where I work, but I have so much favor there. It's right up the street from my house. The hours are flexible. The boss works with you, according to your schedule, the things you got to do, and they, it's really easy over there, and it's reliable. And to venture off into something where you're not sure if it's for real or what's going on, that's a scary idea for me, because I am kind of used to being let down in that regard, that things actually aren't as they are first presented. Opportunities are not as what you thought they were, or people behind those so-called opportunities. And so I'm concerned as to how solid this opportunity is, and I don't want to rush jumping into it and saying, oh sure, I'll take the job, and then quit my job. So even though it's exactly what I would want to do career-wise, I'm afraid. So I'm going to the interview. Honestly, I just want to see what they're about, what they're offering, because there's actually a lot of other options in this area for training and classes. So this is not the end-all be-all. So there's no pressure on me to really get this job, but they would have to be offering something substantial for me to want to leave my current situation, because my current situation is kind of custom to my lifestyle right now. And if they can't let it be like custom to more flexible, then whatever. And who knows if I'm not what they're looking for. They might want someone with more experience. They might want something that's not me. So we'll see. That face means I got the job. But like I said, I'm very happy, because it's just, they're willing to work with me. They're not trying to force me to work full time there. They're letting me start off just, by getting my feet wet and just doing a class. And so I'll start off with doing that and kind of get a feel for the place and see how it is. So that makes me feel more comfortable that I'm given the chance to feel things out before I make a leap of faith. And there's just nothing but favor. From the moment I walked through the door, they were willing to accept me, and I have a lot of freedom with what kind of class I want to give, just very supportive environment. And they also have people there who are training for competitions as well, and they have a team there called Team Steel, and I can meet up with them and actually see about getting some coaching, and then at the same time meet up with people who are doing what I'm trying to do. And then they're still also looking for more trainers and nutritionists, so I still always have the opportunity to do that. And so I'm extremely pleased with how things worked out. was nervous. I was very nervous last night. I had 3 nightmares about the interview. I was crying about it last night. So for things to work out, it's because God heard our prayer last night when we were praying about it. And that's sometimes you just need a break, you know. Sometimes you get tired of always having to learn a lesson from something. Sometimes you actually want things to go well with you and actually end up being a positive thing. And that's what I needed right now. I really needed something to actually work out. So happy. Out to walk into my first, my first training job since I got my actual certification. So going in with Youth Training Zone. So I'm excited. Just finished my first day with Youth Training Zone, and it was educational. Everything for me is educational because I try to make everything a learning experience. So we, you know, talked a lot about, you know, plans for the future, and so he's giving me so much favor as far as giving me the ability to custom how I want to help and, you know, what I'd like to do with the kids. And so it's just a unique opportunity. I'm not even really letting it set in how much I can do with this, you know, with the kids. I mean, I used to be dying for opportunities like this, especially to work with children. And it's just timing, I guess. So I'm happy. It's been a long day. I've been running errands all morning. Then I had to go straight into work. Then I had to go over there. And at the same time, my mind processes are getting clearer as to how I want to do that class that I just got hired to do, the beginner's hit class. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using Tabata style movements, and it's going to be to whatever hip music is out right now, and we're going to do everything to the beat or whatever, but the focus is going to be more so on form rather than on the on explosiveness. So we're not just going all out. I think that is ineffective. Eventually you're not burning as many calories as you should because the rest periods are not long enough for recovery. So this is a beginner's hit class where it'll actually be more effective because we'll have longer rest periods. It's going to be, there's a science that I'm putting it to, and the ratios that I put it to make sure that it's not only effective, but we're not getting sloppy throughout, and the purpose is achieved. And that's not always achieved the way that some people do hit. So I'm excited about that, and I'm going to be working on that all week so that when I come on Monday, I have my stuff together.